Hi, my name's Tom. I was sent this big and tall reclining office chair to go ahead and tell you all about it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tell you all about this chair. But before I do, I was just going to say this is going to be my default office chair. This is just a perfect mix of comfort and function that I really, really enjoy. And this was going to be my default office chair, but then my wife tried it. And then we had an argument, and now she won, and she gets to have this as her office chair. So let me move things out of the way and just kind of tell you all about it, show you all the cool features. So here's what the chair itself looks like. This is a really, really nice looking executive chair. It would look wonderful in an office. It's actually complementary to any kind of a professional office. For a home office, it would be great. Even if you're accepting clients, this is the sort of thing that looks great. Let's start at the bottom and work our way up. So first of all, we do have the metal frame here. These things are metal, not plastic, and they are very strong, and the wheels themselves rotate very, very easily. There's a nice big piston under there. There are two controls and then a little bulb there. I'll talk about that in a moment. As we move up, you can see we do have the cushions here. The cushions are a good mix of soft and supportive. They're not too cushy. It's not like sitting on a couch, but it is thick enough that it actually has some padding and some support. And I do kind of like the whole. It's not one big cushion. It's kind of multiple cushions here, so you do have a little bit of oomph back and forth, a little bit of movement. The measurements, you can actually check the listing on Amazon and get the exact measurements. But I think it's like 22 inches between the two armrests, so that's nice. The armrests themselves do have a lot of padding. I haven't had a problem with the armrest so far. I like the fact that they kind of taper downward. Sometimes you've got an armrest that goes straight across and your arms are kind of stuck up high. These do not do that. They kind of taper down. And I'll show you what happens here. These armrests do have a pivot point right here, and that pivot point changes depending upon how it reclines. So the back is a recliner, and we'll show that in a moment. But you can see here, it just looks really nice. The padding on the back is also fairly thick and fairly comfortable. There are kind of multiple pieces. It does kind of hug your back and kind of hold you up well. I have had no problems with comfort. And then it has a little headrest here as well. Nothing's adjustable on the seat itself, but I haven't had much of a need for it. It is just a very comfortable sort of a chair. So let's talk features. First of all, it does have a lift function. So if you're sitting on the office chair, you can go ahead and press this and you can go ahead and go down or up, and then you just let it go and it kind of locks into place. That's fine. It also has a recline function. So right now a recline is locked and happens to be locked all the way up. When you pull this up, you basically unlock the recline, and now you can go ahead and recline the chair however you want it, and then you go ahead and push it back down and it locks into place. I'll show you that in real life. The really unique feature about this is it has this little blow-up bulb sitting on the back of it. There's a hose that goes into the back of the chair. You don't have to assemble any of this. It's all pre-assembled when it comes right out of the box. But watch this. This is the lumbar area of your seat. As I blow this up, let's see if you can see it on video a little bit. The lumbar actually grows and gets bigger and bigger. You're basically pumping up a strong bladder there that will kind of put pressure on your lumbar of your back, your lower back, and it feels great. It's kind of supportive. It makes you sit up straighter. So I'm going to just kind of do that there. Now it's nice and solid in there, and that kind of helps. And then if you want to, there's a little release button. You say, okay, I've had enough of that. I want to kind of let a little bit of air out. You just press the button in, and the bladder actually gets smaller. It lets the air out. It's just like almost like a blood pressure monitor where you go ahead, you pump up the cuff, and you press the button and all the air goes out. Same thing with this bladder. It's really, really good on the lumbar. Okay, I pushed my desk away just to kind of show you how the comfort of this chair works. First of all, again, I'm about 6'1". I'm about 150, less than 400. So you can kind of get an idea of how it fits. If you're a couple more inches taller, you could probably be fine with this, depending upon how tall your torso is versus your legs. But this is just kind of the default. I'm sitting here, and again, let me see here. I don't know if I'm a little higher, but again, you can just kind of up and down. There we go. I can press it and try to bump up and down. That's just the up and down. I want to show you the reclining of it. So here it is. It's pretty straightforward right now. It's locked into place. I can push it. It's pretty solid. But if I go ahead and unlock it, now watch the arms. As I push back the chair, see how the arms bend? So they will kind of go back with you. That's a nice feature. Sometimes you'll have the arms that are kind of static, but these will kind of fold with you or kind of bend with you. So I can go back to that point, and let me see if I can lock it here. Boom. There we go. It's locked. So now I have a nice big recline I'm going to move over. There we go. In fact, I can almost push myself up a little bit. There we go. I could practically fall asleep here. One thing would be nice if I could put my feet up. Oh, wait, I can. Watch this. Underneath the chair is a hidden footrest. You just slide in and out, and it's got a little padding on it, just like that. So now, with my chair completely reclined, I can put my feet up, I can lean back, and I can practically fall asleep while in my office chair. You can just kind of see. It does rotate around. It does not rock back and forth, but it does recline. So here I go. This is nice and comfy. My head's on the top. My feet are over the, just kind of hanging out here on my footrest. Again, I'm 6'1" or so, about 250 pounds. You can kind of get the idea of what I look like, and it is very comfortable. It's pretty solid. It does have a little bit of a bounce to it because it's an office chair and it's not a block of cement. But it is rated for up to 400 pounds, so that's pretty good. You might want to check the measurements in the listing, but it's actually very comfortable and it's good on the back. Let me go ahead and pull everything back up. So all I got to do is find the reclining thing, lock it or unlock it, let it go back up, push it back down, and now it's locked upwards. And I just go ahead and slip this back in, and now I'm back into chair office mode. And again, I can go ahead and just sit here and pump up my lumbar, and I can feel the padding right here in that lower back. I can actually feel that getting ever more slightly tighter. It kind of pushes against. This is like a lumbar support pillow for that lower back. It just feels really, really good. Overall, this is a really nice chair. Let's talk assembly. You do get a set of instructions. They are really straightforward. There's only 2 or 3 steps. This is one of the easier chairs I've assembled in a long time. There are really just basically 3 or 4 pieces you put together. Most of it comes pre-assembled. The footrest is already there. The little pump for the lumbar support is already there. You're basically just putting the back and the seat together, you're putting the piston and the legs together, and then you're putting the arms on. It's really pretty straightforward. Only took me about 15-20 minutes. You do get a little tool as well with it, plus you get some extra parts. That's always appreciated. I personally just went ahead and used an electric drill, and I was able to do it. And again, 15-20 minutes tops. It's a really, really easy assembly. The chair itself weighs a little under 50 pounds, so it is a big box. It kind of comes in. It's not the biggest box I've ever seen, but it is a little bit heavy to kind of get it into the house. But otherwise, yeah, it's a great chair. Very comfortable, very flexible. I do like all the different reclining options. I like the footrest, the lumbar support. It's just a comfy chair. And again, I would use it for my default chair, but my wife went ahead and called dibs on it, so she gets it. It's a really great chair, and it's highly recommended.